Hey, good morning. So you're about to see, this is future Tina telling you what you're about to see in this video because it's quite choppy. Um, from Wednesday till today, because we're on Sunday now and I'm getting this up and out to you, I worked on two projects. I worked on the polka dot dress, which is almost finished but not quite. You're not going to get the lining installed and you're not going to get the final modeling session. What I have worked on this week is post black dress. What I've worked on is refitting my polka dot dress for an event that is coming with the Revelers group next Saturday. We need polka dots. It's a polka dot celebration day, and I don't know if it's annual polka dot day or what, but interestingly enough, we had a conversation about like, what's the deal? Why do they call them polka dots? And this is a cool fun fact. David looked it up while we were talking to his mom this morning on the phone. Is polka dots are called polka dots because they rose to fashion during the 1898 period, and polka was also rising to fashion at the same time, the dance, the polka, and therefore they named them polka dots. Interesting little fun little tidbit. I will not have an Edwardian dress next Saturday. Mine will be a 60s sheath dress because that's what I'm all about right now. And that's because I found one to fit me. And I had this dress that I tore apart and before Thanksgiving used it as a way to draft a dress that I liked that I wanted to fit me the same. That was successful, but only relatively successful. I'm still not 100% happy with the way the neck fits, and rightfully so. I didn't love the neck of the polka dot dress fit me either. However, since then, I will put the links in the comment section or in the info section below. I have drafted my Santa Claus dress and a black dress, and although those videos I have not created yet, I drafted them from scratch. So took my measurements, used another guy who works in the industry, used his YouTube video to figure out how to do it, and I will also put that in the info below. And then I drafted from scratch a dress out of some Santa Claus fabric I had. Loved the fit, loved it. Of course, whenever you do something like that, there are things you do and do not love about it. It was on the tight side. I do not need a zipper quite as long as the one I used on the Santa dress. And I should have put in a kick pleat on the dress because it's quite difficult to shimmy out of cars without exposing body parts. So I then had a funeral this week, and basically Tuesday, I think I cut it out on Monday night, but basically Tuesday, I sewed up a little black dress that from the same pattern as the Santa dress. And I fixed the issues that I had. One, I put in a 6-inch zipper. I didn't need an 18-inch zipper. And two, I put in a kick pleat. Love the dress. Fits beautifully, and then it's black. Like, who doesn't love a black dress? Anyway, so then I was unpacking my stuff finally. Yes, it's been 9 days since I got home. Finally unpacking my stuff. And what I brought home from Arizona was the pieces of the polka dot dress that I had taken apart to use as a pattern. And I'm like, hey, I need a dress with polka dots on it for next weekend. Let's sew this back together and fix it. So what you're about to see, mixed in with some other stuff, is the process that I went through and the thinking process and actions that I went through to fix the polka dot dress. The darts were problematic. I'm working on those. The neckline, problematic, can't fix that. But I did some fixes that make it stay on my body a whole lot better. And then, and then I talk a little bit about, and you're going to get a preview of this, I talk a little bit about my embroidery block of the month that we're doing over in Facebook with Pearly Shell. Boy, it's hard to see that one. Here, let me put my hand behind it. I am both crocheting squares and I'm doing a Japanese block of the month or embroidery of the month that I will also put the link below. And I finished this yesterday. This is January. Loads of DMC floss, and I'll talk about that there in a minute. But this was a quick little thing. I just did it yesterday. Took me a few hours, and So I'll be doing one of these a month for this year. I just happen to have one of my, I don't know where my other crochet flower is. Also doing the crochet version of the block of the month. And Wednesday, my plan is to actually crochet this for you so you can see the pattern. I have drawn it up, and I believe it's uploaded. I hope it is. I'll have to make sure and make sure I did that. But anyway, I'll be embroidering that up. And I have a little conversation about my secret project, Future Self. I ripped it out, and I'm now doing a remake. I can't really talk about it though. All I can do is flash this up for you and not show you, but not any more than that, because you have to wait till the slow crawl. Yeah. So, this is the prequel, the post prequel to what you're about to see in the video. Today I'm up in my sewing room because of the polka dot dilemma, and I really do not want to buy more fabric because I have so much. So I got to looking through my stuff, and I recalled that I had brought home the dress that fit me and that I cut the green dress from to get a good fit. And, you know, since then I have drafted a pattern from scratch, and now I'm home with the bits because I did not bring them home from Arizona with me to compare when I drafted my other dress for the Santa dress and now for the black dress, the little black dress. Well, so I've just laid down the dress that fits me, notice the air quotes, onto my newly drafted pattern. Now, granted, this is a knit dress, so that it should be smaller because it fits tightly. But the darts are like not in the same place. And the upper body was the part that didn't fit me the most. And it's quite interesting to look. I'm going to flip it over so you can see what the back of the dress looks like laid over my pattern. And then the dilemma is, and I think I'm going to go for it, is whether I should cut the upper body smaller to fit me better. And I think I'm going to do it even though there are some things I can't change. So if you look right here, here is the back of my pattern, and here is the back of the dress. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. See right here? So this part, I can see why this fits me nicely because it is shaped in right where my waist is. But this armhole, that kind of explains quite a bit. And then look at the shoulder, the difference there. That's like an inch wider. And even without a seam, that's still going to come in only half an inch. Or if that's going to come in 1/4 of an inch because their seam allowance is about 1/4 of an inch. Then the other issue is here is the top of the waist dart on this garment. And right here, because this is where my boobs sag, this is the top of the next one, probably a good 3 inches lower. So I'm going to undo the dart. I don't believe, and actually I should pull out another piece here. Well, you can. I'm going to see if I can steam out these darts. If I can, I'm going to move the darts. If I cannot, I'm going to leave the darts. But now I'm going to put the front piece on and see what it does. All right, so it's very clear why this dress fits me despite the fact that it's smaller. The pattern's smaller. So what I lose in the back is made up for in the front. So this definitely is out to my, it fits me across the front, definitely. The neck, again, we've got too wide a shoulder straps and too big of a neck opening. And that, unfortunately, I cannot fix. I have to deal with the wide neck opening regardless. But I may be able to scooch up this shoulder seam because it is wider than needed and make up for some of that. This I cannot fix. And then again, the darts, I moved the darts on this. So I have a dart that comes down from the sleeve. But again, this is made for, the tip of my bust is down here. The tip of this bust is like right about here. So the bust darts don't fit. And then we have a waist dart that starts here. My waist dart starts way over here. So the darts do not line up at all. The darts are not appropriate. Don't know if I can move them, mostly because you need a little extra fabric for this dart. I can angle them though, for sure. And then I don't know if they will iron out because they are, there's marks. So I got to steam this and find out if I can do some changes. But I think I'm going to try. Wish me luck. The theme is polka dots. What do you think? It's dotty. So if I can get this done, then I don't have to go buy more fabric, which I had really didn't want to do. My other option was I found this in my quilt fabric. It's dots, but I only have a yard of it, and there's not a lot you can make out of a yard of fabric except a quilt. So that's an option if this goes about pear-shaped. I also have this. Definitely dots, not polka dots, but dots. This is slotted for an Emily Flogue dress that I have the black fabric for, so this is supposed to be a panel down the front. And I should do this, and this is one of my goals this year is to get this done, but I've got a few days, and I can't be bothered because I still have to think that through. Anyway, I'll get back to you and let you know how the darts come out. The plan is I'm going to move the darts. I'm going to reduce some of the distance across my shoulder, cannot change the armhole opening very much, cannot change the width across the front. But I'm going to leave that, move the darts, and I might have a dress that fits me even better. And this was my good fitting dress. So that's the plan today, or today and tomorrow, because this goes up on Sunday. So I got a couple of days to work on this. But I'll keep you updated on my progress. Good morning. Today I have diverted from my dress, although I did go upstairs and mark darts and trim a little bit off the sleeves. Moving the darts has proven to be super easy, but the changing out the recutting the neckline is dang near impossible. I've trimmed a little bit off the sleeve so that it doesn't come off my shoulders as much, but I haven't sewn anything yet. So I'm going to do that later on, either today or tomorrow. What I'm doing now on my comfy couch, and I'm about to turn on my heater because I have like a shoulder thing that I can put heat on my back with. I'm going to turn that on and watch a little TV and do a little embroidery. So I am doing a monthly embroidery along, and this is January. And I figure 2 weeks in that it's time to get started on my little embroidery. I started it right away this morning, and I had knit group this morning, and so I worked on it then. But this little kit, I'm going to show you what we got in the kit. So here is my little kit. Here is the design. It's on a blue piece of nice cotton or linen. I think it feels a little cottony. And the drawing, so it's drawn on. It comes with 2, 4, 8 full skeins of thread. So I got 8 of these, and it's really completely unnecessary. I am using 1 strand. I have yet to pull off a second strand of this, so way overkill on the thread department. I will have, by the time I'm done with this year and all this DMC thread, I'm going to have a full selection of nice muted colors for this. So I will probably finish January today and be done with it, and it will go in my little tote and be saved for the rest of the year. And then at the end of the year, probably as part of next year's Advent videos, I will sew my little wall hanging / quilt together and be able to hang it up. I can't decide whether it's going to be like a quilt to throw over the sofa or whether I will use it as a wall hanging, but that's the plan. So yeah, I'm going to go back to embroidering. I'm going to show you so far. So the only stitches that I have used on this is satin stitch and chain stitch, or sorry, satin stitch and outline stitch. And I do not believe there are any others. Actually, let me have a look. Nope. Those are the only stitches, satin stitch and outline stitch. So that's all you need for this. But a wide variety of grays, whites, and beiges. That's it. When I finish it, I will show you the finished product, and then we'll probably knit back to sewing for Wednesday. But I thought I'd sort of mishmash these together because that's exactly what I've been working on over the last 2 days. My mystery project is not going well. So it might get ripped out. I think what I'm going to do is start a new skein because I need a second skein anyway. And I'm going to leave this sitting, start a new skein with a new idea I have, and then rip this out when I decide when I find out whether my idea is going to work or not. I don't have a heck of a lot of time though, because I have to come up with 2 additional crochet designs as well as this, and my deadline's looming. So, and I don't have an idea for those 2 yet. So I got to get on this and figure it out and write it up. So anyway, that's what's happening here today. Before this ends, you will probably see my finished embroidery sheet because I'm going to sit here and finish it today. And then if I get a chance to go upstairs and sew a little, I will. But I have to say, I dropped a table on my foot not Thursday, but the Thursday before. So 7, 8, 9 days ago. And it's not healing well. It's got a wicked bruise, and I don't mind that. I know that bruises are slow to heal and that they bleed out. So I've got like right around my toes, it's black and blue. But where the table hit on the top of my foot, the swelling is not really going down. Didn't break a bone, I know that, but I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of there was a little scab. So I don't know if I've got like a little infection or if my stuff is just angry. But I'm not walking around too much, which means running up and down the stairs is not thrilling for me. So I'm just keeping my foot up, doing a little embroidery, and watching a little mindless TV, YouTube. Scrolling through the YouTube. Right now, I'm looking at Monaco. A series of what happens in Monaco. Quite interesting. I'll put the link below of what I'm watching. Super interesting. Anyway, I'll pop back in probably and melt another video into this, and it will be it for the day. All right, I'm back at my sewing. I'm back at my sewing machine, sewing up the seams that I undid. I re-sewed the darts in the new locations, which is all 4 waist darts, a bust dart here, which has got lots of thread that I'll deal with later, and I've also added a shoulder dart in the back, just because I have a small back. Fingers crossed these things work. I'm also sewing up the side seams on my featherweight, which has no zigzag. So also I might be a little worried about these seams popping. So I may have to get my hands on a zigzag machine, which I know where there is one. I've loaned mine out. So I may have to zigzag these with a slight zigzag because it's a knit, or ask for somebody that has a serger. But that's it, and the final bit of this clip may be tomorrow, but it will be me trying on the newly revised old dress from before Thanksgiving when I took it apart. All right, you're going to have to suffer through the mirror with me, but the darts have now been dropped down, and look, I mean, that's a much better location. This could still be angled down a little bit more, but it's a vast improvement on how this fit me before. Now, this is still gonna be this way because I cannot remove this. I could take a tuck, but that's the only way I'm gonna fix that. Just because this has already been cut out, I can't narrow this out this way. And then the other issue I have, which I can fix, is on the back of this dress, and I may not be able to show you this. See how this gaps away from my back? I have too much back, and it's again something I couldn't fix in the cutting out, but I can fix in the sewing up. So I guess the other thing I could do is move this over. I could move these out, but I really like where this position is. This still needs to have its facing sewn in, so it's going to come in 1/4 inch more. I think I'll just take in a little tuck in the back. There's a side seam on the back of this dress, and I think this formed because I took the darts. I have a hump back, let's face it. I have a hump back, and that's the problem here. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to pin that up while I stand in front of the mirror, and then I'm going to fix it. But the front is great, and it looks like I can just put in my facings, and I will have a dress done. I will have to hand reattach the hem because they had some great hemming machine that I can't replicate. I might need a little bit of a girdle, or maybe do it at the beginning of the day when I don't have a little bit of belly. But yeah, fits much better. Fix the back. I haven't actually bent it. I've taken from about here, and I had David just put a pin in how wide I needed it to be, and I started down here and went all the way up here, deepening the seam from to the top and gradually getting it down wide enough across probably my bust line. So all right, I have gotten off very lightly. Let me turn her again. Trying to save you the messiest corners of my room. So I have pinned this on. I just pinned it on as is and lined everything up the best I could. And this shoulder seam, like I'm going to have to take an 1/8 inch greater seam right here And in reality, although I could make it work, I should do it on this shoulder too, especially up here at the top. In the back, everything lines up beautifully. So I think I get like maybe a 1/2 inch seam down the back. I'm definitely going to have to trim off about 1 inch off the seam end here. And then I believe this is going to fit. Maybe, yeah, I think this under the arm part is going to fit. So very little editing to do on the facings. Yay! Yeah, so I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to quit for tonight because it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And I'm going to do the facings tomorrow, but in the meantime, you'll get this uploaded. So the next time you see this dress, it will be finished, and I may very well be wearing it to the polka dot celebration on the 22nd of January in Lake Oswego. So yeah, polka dots. What do you think? Some elongated 60s polka dots. But I'm quite pleased with it, and oh my gosh, it fits me so much better now. So woohoo! I learned from it and I gained from it. That's it for this second video of the week. I've spread it out over a few days, but I'm quite pleased with that dress. I have learned so much on this little dress measurement project over the last couple of years. And never fear, you have not seen my top-down sweater advancement because it's been sitting on hold somewhere. But it's not because I haven't, because I'm struggling with anything. It's because I've flat out just had too many other things that I'm interested in doing or need to do. But I'll get back to it eventually, and we'll have a second. I'll have a gray t-shirt for the spring and summer, and I'll have my blue t-shirt that already does fit me well. Yeah, that's it for me today. Remember, if you like this video, follow it. Ring the bell so that you get notified when a new one goes up. Right now, my schedule is Wednesday and Sunday, but Kelly also uploads twice a week, and you can get notifications for those. I've also uploaded this week 2 or 3 little book talks in addition to the normal 2 that I've downloaded. And yeah, so like, comment, follow. I love it, love it, love it. You guys have upped the ante. I'm really happy. And share it with your friends. I'd love to get more followers. Anyway, see you on Wednesday. See you Wednesday. Bye.